Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have been having just flooding and flooding of messages coming in this morning. So let me put my glasses on so we can see things more clearly. And I've got my music on. If you don't know me, hello, my name is Karen. I get messages through music. The song that's on right now is Turn the Lights Down Low. Echo, what song is this? Echo, what song is this? Lights Down Low by Max, I think it is. The Lover's card. So what I was feeling before I was coming on here is that this time of year, the veil is very thin. It's getting thinner. And so your ability to communicate, and those of us who are super sensitive to energy, our ability to communicate with the other side is heightened. And I feel like a lot of people's, the energy of someone who's passed, or multiple people, are trying to get my attention in order to pass on a message. So it feels to me like this is going to be more specific messages. So if you've had someone who has passed, or they're also showing me the energy of the higher self of someone who like left your life so suddenly that it felt like a death. Their higher self is here to explain something to you, okay? It feels like there are 3 different energies right now. And I'm just going to go with this because this is what's coming through. I had no idea that this is what the reading was going to be. I don't typically do readings that have mediumship as the purpose, but I do have a lot of energies that have passed come through in my personal readings that I do. So, but I'm open to it right now. I do what I'm told. So it feels like there are 3 different energies here, okay? The ones that are showing up most prominently. The very first one is definitely the energy of someone who has passed. The second one is the energy of and that one to me feels like a woman, but it could also be a man who had more of like a more feminine energy to them. The second one feels like someone who left your life, who is still alive now. We'll just make that clear. They are still alive, but they dropped out of your life so suddenly and so completely, and maybe just completely dropped off the face of the earth is what I heard. Even in being able to, like, maybe they blocked you and you couldn't see any kind of evidence of them existing anymore at all. There's the energy of that person. And then there's a third one who's just kind of standing off to the side, waiting for these to, very patient. Like, no, you guys go ahead. You guys are more insistent, so I'm going to wait over here. I can't even feel whether it's a man or a woman, or past or not past, or whatever. It's just like the energy is kind of sitting back a little bit. Some of you may know who that is for you. It may even be a group of people, like a tribe of people, sitting there waiting for you to find closure on these other energies. So take whatever resonates for you. It could be that both of these or all 3 of these energies resonate with you. One of them is about a person who has passed. One of them is about a person who left your life, and you're needing closure into, I just heard, bury the hatchet. Find some kind of resolution in order to process some leftover grief. There is grief around loss right now. And it is more potent in the field too when the veil is thinner, because a lot of people are sensing the energy of people that they have lost, and it brings up this nostalgia. It brings up this unprocessed grief because their energy is activating that inside of them. It's connecting with, because they're actually there, or their energy is there anyway. So, okay, the first one here feels like it could be the energy of a lover, a husband or a wife, or a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. it does feel like a romantic connection that is someone who passed. For others of you, it also feels like it could be your mother from when your mother passed, even though obviously it's not a romantic connection. What you witnessed was your father's heartbreak, or the way that her death affected your other parent. You know, this is the way that they're connected here on the table, this lovers and mother. So it does feel more like a mothering energy. So it could also be that this was your person, this was a romantic partner, but they were kind of like your mother in a very nurturing kind of way, and not in a weird way, but in a way where they like took such good care of you, and they were the nurturing force in your life, and you lost them. It is a nurturing energy. Okay, let's get some more information. There's two different groups of people. There's a group of people who have lost a lover, and it does feel like it was death. The other group of people, and their energies are so similar to each other, it's like they're intertwined. I can't even tell that it's two different energies. The other group of people lost a mother figure in their lives. And that mother figure could be a man also, like someone who's very nurturing, very, or, you know, that's the mother archetype anyway. That intimate bond with someone who, man, was connected very, very intuitively with you. Bing! Like a river flows surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand. Okay, so the way that they're showing it to me right now, the first energy, the one who has passed, is this mothering energy. The second energy, the person who's still living, is the lover, who you may have had a bond with, or a trauma bond with, because of the unprocessed grief from losing the mother figure in your life. And this could just be a mother figure. It doesn't necessarily have to be your blood relative. It could be a grandmother who acted as very motherly. The second one is the one who just like resembled that energy. They were very nurturing for you. They were what you were missing. It's like they came in and they were what you were missing in not having this person in your life anymore. All right, I'm going to get some more about this Empress card, the mothering energy, the mother who has passed. When you were young, oh, that's interesting. When you were young, it feels like early, like preteen, like 11, 12, could be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right around that age right there, like 10 to 14 is when you lost her. And for some of you, it feels like this is you are a man, or you're, you know, like really a tomboy when you were that age or whatever. And it left you with this King of Swords kind of energy, like the one who was left behind. Like maybe, like I was saying, you were feeling the effects of her husband, your father, or her person, or whatever man or energy was in her life in a romantic relationship. It's like the loss of her shifted him into this, and he does not feel, this energy does not feel, it feels icy. It feels cold. It feels very just logical, intellectual, thoughts only, no feelings. Not that the King of Swords is necessarily all like that, but he more leans towards thoughts and less towards feelings. And so it's kind of like you were left behind, lost in linear thinking. It's like you had to think your way through life instead of feeling your way through life because of the impact of the loss of this mother figure, okay? And you're kind of left behind with this, feels kind of cold, feels gray. Feels like there's a very gray area, not much room for emotion. And so it's like you didn't even really have time to process the loss. Okay. She's really wanting you to start something new, start new. There's an idea that you have, or maybe even had way back then, like what you wanted to be when you grow up. Like maybe you always wanted to be a writer. I'm seeing something about writing. Like I literally see this as a pen. Maybe you always wanted to be a writer or an artist. Like you can draw really well, or an illustrator or something like that. You had an idea of who you were back then that she really wants you to reconnect with now. Finding peace and releasing this unprocessed grief is going to help you to access that inspiration again. And I hear her saying, like, you inspire me. And it may have been, yeah, that's like really emotional. It's like right down in my solar plexus. You inspire me. It may be something that she said to you. You know, this could even be a mother figure who was like a teacher for you or something. This could have been like your old teacher who you were super close with, who just had so much faith in you. And, you know, the connection there went beyond a teacher. It was more like she knew that you had some sort of meaning in her life and her and yours, and she was supposed to guide you in some kind of way. It could be that too. But it could also be that your mother was that teacher in that way. Take it however it resonates for you. But, like, it may be that she asked you or said to you, you inspire me. And back then you're just like, me? I'm just the little old me. Like, how can I inspire this grown woman who is, you know, it almost caught you off guard. Like the idea that you could have an impact on someone who has so much life experience and that you have an important energy about you. It's like, that's what she imprinted on you. And she's wanting you to bring that back again. You still inspire her. She sees you. She sees you scribbling. What I'm seeing is you like if you, maybe this is a teacher for some of you for sure. Like you taking notes and stuff like that, but really just scribbling on your notepad because you're bored and you already know all of the stuff that's going on in class. Like I feel this super intelligence that the teachings are going on in class and you're distracted, not because you're not paying attention, but because you already know this stuff. It's really easy for you. And so you just doodle on your paper. And this doodling, I'm going to show you this picture that I doodled the one day when I was sitting on the phone on hold with my rental car company. And I just pulled up a picture of a giraffe. And I just, from looking at it, I can just sketch like this. It's almost like that. And people have looked at it and they're like, oh my God, you just sketched that? And I was like, yeah, as long as I'm looking at something, I can kind of translate it that way. That, it feels like that. Like you just doodle it and it's amazing. And your teacher walks by and she's looking at it like, you thought you were in trouble for doodling on your paper and, you know, not being engaged in class. But really, she's looking at it like, oh my God, you have so much talent. I need to try to kind of foster that. She wants to do that now. You have a gift. You have a real gift. And it could be that it's in art, but it could also be that the way that you can visually translate something that you are seeing, whether from your eye or from your mind's eye, translate it in a way that people are moved by it. She's wanting you to, she's saying, I see that in you. You have a serious gift, and you're not realizing the impact that it can have on people. So for some of you, that's actually art. For some of you, it's music, creating music. For some of you, it's your psychic gifts and the way that you're able, like the way that I can take things that I see and translate them in a way that's impactful for people. She's really wanting you to lean back in on this gift. Now, the one thing that I see that's missing right here in all of this, we've got the Empress and these two cards underneath. And then the fire underneath of that. So we've got earth, air, fire. We're missing the water a little bit. So there's some kind of processing that needs to happen. She wants to tell you something specifically that you resist hearing because it will make you cry. And you've been resisting crying, processing it. Because of the program from this person here who toughened you up and was not able to teach you how to process emotions, but helped you to focus on the intellectual side of life so that you could succeed and move forward and move on from a loss like this. Just didn't have the tools to process, like, we're going to think it to death. We're going to just think about this. I mean, it's logical. She passed, and, of course, things like this happen, and, people die, and blah, blah, blah. What we need to do is really focus on your studies. Really focus on your studies, because that's what's going to help you to distract yourself and move past it. Let's just move past it. And he tried to push you to move past it sooner than what you were ready for. Sooner than what you were ready for. So what we're missing here for you to be able to really, really translate this inspirationally and have it make the impact that it's meant to make on people is to infuse it with the emotion that you have buried because of this loss. So channeling the feeling, the energy of this loss into whatever kind of artwork it is that you're meant to do right now. For some of you, it's writing. Some of you, it's art. Some of you, it's creating a video like this or something like that. Really expressing, writing your story. Tell your story. That's what she's telling me. Tell your story. Tell your story. Tell your story. But there's water missing. There's water missing. How do you access the water? You got to tell your story. You just got to start telling it. Oh, okay, thank you. It's 10 of Cups. And the Hermit came out with it. So really go within. And tell the story. Oh, God, this hurts really bad. Tell the story about how things were before your happy home life, and then how things were after. Notice the difference. Tell the story. For tonight, I want to fall in love. That's just an example. Tell the before and after story. Come back to the before. You've been resisting feeling all the happiness of when she was there because it's too hard to feel her energy and not have her actually physically be there. But she is here in full force right now. I mean, the Empress does not mess around. Her energy is so present in the earth all around you. Like, she's in the earth. She's like trying to speak to you through the earth. Okay? And then some of you may have kids. For a select few of you, it's like there's 4 kids, or the potential for 4 kids. And she's there with them. She says things. One of them especially, I feel like kind of resembles her. Maybe looks like her or says things. Her voice sounds like her or something like that. That's her. That is seriously her. She's actually there. So let yourself pay attention to the words that are coming out of their mouth. Or you teach kids, or maybe you're a teacher too, and there are 4 kids specifically who you've been helping in a group or something like that. I'm seeing those 4 swan babies on there. And it feels like there's one specifically that it's almost the same kind of relationship where they have a lot of talent, they have a lot of gifts in a specific way that you're feeling very drawn to, and there is a way for you to foster those gifts. But you have to represent it first. You have to express your own. You have to express your own gifts. And it's going to help motivate them and inspire them to be that as well. To, try out for the drama club or write an essay that they submit to a newspaper or something like that. You have to write your story. Write it, whether you're writing it in a story or art or music. A lot of people write their music or write their story in music, like Taylor Swift. I'm listening to Ed Sheeran right now too. Ed Sheeran does that a lot too. Write your story, okay? And allow the cathartic purging, cleansing happen as you write it. Have it be a healing process, and let out all the feelings, all the grief, but all the beauty also. Tap back into the beauty of who she was and who she continues to be, because her energy is still out there. Her consciousness is still out there, and you can tune into it. She's really wanting for you to be inspired and to inspire others. Okay? I just heard there's a couple of different names. A lot of you have, it's almost like she's an archetype, but she is coming to me as a specific energy who's passed. But a lot of you will resonate with this, and for some of you, it will be your mother. For some of you, it will have been your teacher. For some of you, it will have been your babysitter. For some of you, it will have been your grandmother. Whatever it is, it's all of them. It's all of them come together in a collective identity to bring this message to you, because your message is so important to get out there. I don't think that you realize how important your healing is for the healing of others too. Okay? So I'm going to go on and I'm going to do an extended reading for this one here. For the person who left your life suddenly, where it felt like a death. Okay? We're going to go on and get the depth of those messages there. Okay? So if you're interested in that, the link for that is down in the box below. If you want to get more specific messages from the person in your life who passed, and you want to book a reading with me, go on to my website. It's in the box below. And just book the one-on-one session. It's a live Zoom call. And I will zoom in on just that energy, the energy of that person that passed for you. Okay? And we'll get whatever further messages we need. It does feel like there's a key. It's interesting that she's got this the Venus symbol around her neck. But it reminded me of the Ankh symbol, which I also wear around my neck. That's not the Ankh, obviously. It's the Venus symbol. But for some of you, that may be a message also, like she gave you a necklace, or you wear a necklace of hers, something like that, or a rosary or something like that. That's just more validation that if you're thinking of getting a reading with me, she is validating that, yes, she's wanting to come through during that. Okay? All right, so link for the extended is down in the box below, and if not, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon.